wanting my egg.
Our story begins with a tiny piglet named Hit-Pig. Despite his tough name, he starts off as a small, innocent pig with a big heart. He's taken in by a rugged and fearless woman named Bertha, who doesn't live a normal life. Bertha is a bounty hunter, but not the kind that chases criminals. She hunts down animals that have escaped from zoos, circuses, and laboratories, returning them to the people who claim to own them. Bertha raises Hit-Pig as her own and slowly begins training him in her dangerous line of work. As he grows, Hit-Pig learns everything from her: how to track animals, how to survive, and how to capture them. Over time, the once gentle piglet starts to toughen up. He becomes colder, more serious, more like Bertha. Then one day, Bertha and Hit-Pig take on a job to capture what they're told is a small lizard that escaped from a circus. But when they arrive, they're shocked. It's not a little lizard at all. It's a huge crocodile. The moment they see it, the crocodile charges at them. Hit-Pig freezes in fear, unable to move. Bertha jumps in to protect him, fighting off the creature. In the struggle, she loses her life-saving Hit-Pig. It's a heartbreaking moment that changes him forever. Years pass. Hit-Pig is no longer that small, timid piglet. He's grown up into a hardened, no-nonsense bounty hunter who works alone now. Bertha's death closed off his heart. He still catches runaway animals, but now he does it without emotion or compassion. Just another job. Meanwhile, at a strange power plant, two clumsy scientists are testing a risky experiment. They strap a clever cat named Polecat with a harness and send him through a narrow system of pipes to collect a glowing energy source. Polecat skillfully grabs the element and makes his way back, but he accidentally spills a few drops along the way. Suddenly, those drops react and cause the entire facility to explode in a giant fireball. Amid the chaos, Polecat escapes. The plant's cameras catch Polecat fleeing, and the authorities know there's only one bounty hunter tough enough to catch him: Hit-Pig. Now a pro at his job, Hit-Pig arms himself with high-tech gear and sets off to track Polecat. It doesn't take him long. He finds the cat, zaps him with his weapon, and drags him back to the authorities. No questions asked. He collects his payment and walks away. Just another day's work. But the story doesn't end there. In a nearby circus, a young elephant named Pickles is living a miserable life. She's being forced to perform for audiences under the control of Li Pin, a cruel circus owner. Li Pin inherited the circus from his family and is determined to keep it going no matter what it takes. He mistreats the animals, forcing them to perform with threats and fear. Pickles, one of his top attractions, longs for freedom. While Li Pin dreams of turning his circus into the greatest animal show in Las Vegas, Hit-Pig is at home relaxing. At heart, Hit-Pig has a secret passion: cooking. He dreams of becoming a famous chef and watches cooking shows every night. He prepares gourmet meals for himself, imagining one day he might be on TV. But because he's a pig, he feels like no one would take him seriously, so he keeps that dream to himself. Suddenly, his peaceful evening is interrupted by a call from the local zoo. A koala has escaped. They want Hit-Pig to track it down and bring it back. With a sigh, he grabs his gear and heads out again. But this time, the escape wasn't accidental. A mysterious woman named Letitia had freed the koala. She believes animals should live free and works underground to help them escape captivity. She does it for money, but also for a deeper belief in animal freedom. Hit-Pig tracks the koala and finds him quickly. But the koala refuses to return. He tells Hit-Pig how miserable he was, how children at the zoo would climb on him and treat him terribly. "I'd rather be free than go back to that life," the koala pleads. But Hit-Pig doesn't listen. He coldly responds, "I was paid to bring you back. That's all I care about." Despite the koala's cries and resistance, Hit-Pig captures him and returns him to the zoo. Another job done, no emotions involved. Back at the circus, Pickles is still dreaming of escaping. One day, a kind security guard brings her food. Pickles secretly hands him a newspaper ad. It's an ad for Letitia's underground animal rescue service. The guard is moved and decides to call Letitia, hoping she can help free Pickles. Letitia responds quickly. That evening, while Hit-Pig is once again relaxing and watching his cooking shows, he gets a surprise call. It's Letitia. She's furious with him. She blames him for returning the animals she works so hard to free. She even threatens to hack his bank account if he doesn't stop. Hitpig stays calm. To him, it's just business. He doesn't believe in her cause, he does what he was trained to do. Soon, at the crumbling old circus, Letitia sneaks in and rescues Pickles, cage and all. By the time Li Pin returns to feed the elephant, he finds the cage empty and panics. Furious, he calls Hitpig. "Someone stole my elephant. You have to get her back." Hitpig immediately realizes this must be Letitia's doing. Just as he's about to ask for payment, Li Pin yells, "I'll pay you $1 million if you bring her back." That's more than enough motivation. Hitpig accepts the job. He quickly searches through flight records and discovers a suspicious cargo flight headed to India, one that seems to be carrying a very large crate. He rushes to the airport, determined to intercept them. Meanwhile, Letitia and Pickles have already landed. Pickles, still inside her cage, looks out a window and sees what she thinks is a giant elephant nearby. Her heart races with hope. Growing up all alone, she's always dreamed of finding others like her. Thinking it's a real elephant, she bursts out of the cage, running with joy toward the figure. At the same time, Hitpig is closing in. Using his high-tech sensors, he's tracking Pickles' every move. The trail takes him straight to a large building. Coincidentally, the same one Pickles just ran into. Pickles, now feeling hopeful, struts inside, thinking this place is where she truly belongs. She starts dancing, happy as can be, believing she's found his long-lost family. Back inside, Pickles is seconds away from joining the dance floor himself when Hitpig arrives. He spots Pickles immediately and pulls out his tranquilizer gun, careful not to cause a scene. But before he can get a clean shot, Pickles hears the commotion and races onto the stage, right into the middle of a live show, where everyone is dressed as elephants. The crowd cheers, music blasts, and flashing lights fill the room. In the chaos, Pickles blends in perfectly. Hitpig, trying to stay calm, begins to chase after her. The two tumble through props, knock over set pieces, and end up crashing the entire stage in a whirlwind of destruction. Desperate to get away, Pickles grabs a stage rope and climbs to the top. Hitpig, right behind him, grabs hold and follows, but his grip slips, and he crashes to the ground with a thud. Meanwhile, Pickles reaches the top and finally comes face to face with the giant elephant she saw earlier, only to realize it's not real. It's a hologram. The image shatters the second she touches it. Just then, Hitpig makes it up to him. Pickles turns, eyes wide with hope, and asks, "Are you one of my kind? Are you like me?" Hitpig, thinking on his feet, plays along. "Yep," he says. "Totally an elephant. Just broke my nose when I was little. Doesn't look like yours anymore." Pickles lights up with joy. "Did Letitia send you?" he asks. "She sure did," Hitpig replies. "She wants you to come with me." Overjoyed, Pickles agrees without question. Hitpig leads him outside to the port, where Li Pin is waiting. Pickles, still convinced they're heading to India, follows happily. Later, Hitpig and Pickles, now disguised in everyday clothes, sneak into the airport. They manage to avoid Letitia, who's close by. Once on board the plane, everything seems calm, until Pickles announces she needs to use the restroom. From across the cabin, Letitia spots Hitpig, and in a flash, she realizes what's going on. Furious, she pulls out her weapon and charges toward him. A wild, high-flying shootout erupts right there in the plane. Letitia and Hitpig exchange fire, both getting seriously hurt in the process. Amid all the chaos, Pickles, still looking for a bathroom, accidentally opens the emergency exit door. He thought it was the toilet. The door swings wide open. Air pressure drops instantly. Passengers scream, and everything starts flying out. And then, so do Hitpig and Pickles. As they spiral through the sky, Hitpig yells in terror, "We're going to die." But Pickles, somehow still cheerful, shouts back, "Don't worry. It's gonna be fun." Thinking fast, Hitpig notices the bright costume Pickles is wearing. He grabs it, rips it off, and stretches it wide. It works, a makeshift parachute. Against all odds, the two float safely to the ground. They land in front of what looks like a deserted old hotel, abandoned, worn down, and silent. Hitpig sits up, furious. Why would you open the plane door? Pickles shrugs. I thought it was the bathroom. Hitpig storms around, pulling at his hair in frustration. But Pickles, ever the optimist, starts poking through the piles of junk lying nearby. Within moments, he's got an idea. Come on, he says. Let's use your genius brain and build something to get us out of here. Hitpig stares at him, then sighs, defeated. Fine. He rolls up his sleeves. The two work together, piecing scraps together into a quirky, ramshackle escape vehicle. They hop in, say goodbye to their accidental hotel, and hit the road once again. Along the way, they stumble upon a small, colorful carnival. Pickles' eyes go wide with wonder. Before Hitpig can say a word, Pickles slams the brakes, leaps out, and runs straight for it. He spots a giant stack of helium balloons and starts climbing, laughing the whole way. Hitpig, out of options, grabs a balloon himself and floats up after him. But the chase gets tricky. To catch Pickles, Hitpig lets go of his own balloon and free falls, only to crash into Pickles midair. Pickles, thinking it's all just fun and games, giggles. The two keep bouncing between balloons like a high-flying game of tag until finally, after multiple midair bumps, Pickles comes to a stop. Now he's stuck with Hitpig, whether he likes it or not. As the chaos fades, Pickles looks at Hitpig and asks, "Have you always lived alone?" Hitpig shrugs. "You don't need stuff like that," he mumbles. But Pickles keeps talking, opening up about life in the circus. He tells Hitpig about Lipin, how he used to mess with him and make him feel small. As he talks, something shifts in Hitpig. He starts to wonder, is giving Pickles back really the right thing? Then Pickles reminds him, "You promised to take me to India, to find my real family." They lie back, side by side under the stars, and fall asleep in the peaceful silence. The next morning, they wake to find they've drifted close to a city. Hitpig lets go of the balloon, and the two gently float down, landing on a stage. But not just any stage, it's the set of Hitpig's favorite TV show, a high-stakes cooking competition. While he's still trying to wrap his head around it, a crew member walks up to him. "You're next," they say. Hitpig freezes. This is my dream," he whispers, stunned. "What am I doing?" Pickles, as always, jumps in to help. "Don't be scared. I got your back," he says, pushing Hitpig forward. Despite trembling with nerves, Hitpig steps onto the stage. Pickles sneaks behind him and whispers, "I'll be right here. My hands got your back." With renewed courage, Hitpig nods. They get cooking. The challenge: use every ingredient and finish the dish in 5 minutes. The clock starts. The two hustle, chopping, stirring, mixing, until the final ingredient arrives: live cockroaches. Pickles freezes. He can't bring himself to hurt them. But Hitpig, focused on winning, is ready to do what it takes. He grabs a skillet. Pickles jumps in to stop him. In the scuffle, they wreck half the kitchen set. Eventually, they settle on a strange solution. Just trim one cockroach's antenna and toss it in. It's odd, but it works. When the judge tastes their dish, he pauses. Then, wide-eyed, he exclaims, "This is delicious." Hitpig's dream comes true. He's on the show. He impressed the judges. But the best part? He didn't do it alone. Pickles was by his side the whole time. Their moment of glory doesn't last. Far away, Lipin sees the show on TV and spots Pickles. He immediately calls Hitpig. "I saw it," he says. "Don't move. I'm coming to get him." Hitpig is rattled. Suddenly, something strange happens. Everyone starts surfacing from underwater. Hitpig rushes to find Pickles. They try to escape, but Pickles can't move. He's losing consciousness. Without thinking, Hitpig dives down, breathes air into Pickles' mouth, and pulls him free. The wall of the tank bursts, and they swim to safety together. Outside, Lipin arrives with a bag full of cash, $1 million. He holds it out. "You did it. You brought him back." Pickles overhears. His face falls. He realizes the truth. Hitpig was hired to catch him. Hitpig steps forward. "I don't care about the money anymore," he says. "I'm not handing him over. I'm taking him with me." Lipin narrows his eyes. "What's wrong with you?" he growls. "You going against me now?" Before Hitpig can answer, Pickles cuts in. "I'm not going with either of you," she says, voice trembling but firm. "I'll find my own way." She turns and walks off. But Lipin isn't about to let that happen. He gives a sharp signal, and one of his guards springs into action. Out comes a monstrous creature, Kibulin. It's not just any creature. It's the same crocodile that once took the life of Bartha, who mattered deeply to Hitpig. The moment Hitpig lays eyes on it, everything comes flooding back. He freezes. Terror grips him. He drops to his knees, paralyzed by the memory. Meanwhile, Kibulin grabs Pickles and tosses him into a cage. Lipin doesn't waste a second. He drives off with Pickles trapped in the back, leaving Hitpig behind in a cloud of dust and regret. But let's rewind, just for a second. Back when Hitpig first brought Pickles in, his gun had fallen to the ground. Letitia, Hitpig's old ally, found it. It was broken, but she managed to fix it. With that, she steals his vehicle and sets off to track him down. When she finally finds him, she rushes over and shakes him awake. "Where's Pickles?" she demands. Hitpig groans and lifts his head. Lipin's already taken him. Without missing a beat, Letitia jumps back into the car. But as she throws it in gear, Hitpig calls out, "Wait, I'm coming with you." She slams the brakes and stares at him. "What?" she snaps. "You were gonna hand him over. And now you want to save him?" Hitpig lowers his eyes. He knows she's right. "I made a mistake," he says softly. "I'm sorry." Letitia watches him a moment longer, then finally sighs. "If you're coming, then bring your other two friends too." She means Leaf and Pole, and sure enough, when he finds them again, they do exactly that. Bam! A solid punch lands on his jaw. But after letting out all their frustration, they agree to join him. This time, they're a team. One mission: rescue Pickles. While all this is happening, Lipin is preparing for the biggest event of his life. A massive circus show. The whole city is talking about it. The crowd? They're only coming because he promised every person $100. No cash, no audience. Back at base, Hitpig and the team are in planning mode. They're working through every detail to get Pickles back. And then, out of nowhere, someone joins them. It's Super Rooster. Yes, the Super Rooster. The superhero everyone loves from TV. He's come to help. And after that, there's no more hesitation. The plan is set. Then, it's showtime. Lipin's circus is packed. The crowd roars. But just as Hitpig's team sneaks into the arena, something slams behind them. The huge circus doors lock shut. No one can get out now. And no one has any idea what kind of show they're really in for. Everyone stands still, uncertain. That's when it clicks for Hitpig. He remembers something Lipin once said: "The show will start in 4 hours. And it'll be the highest show ever held." Highest? As in altitude? Suddenly, Hitpig's eyes widen. Of course. It's a spaceship. The entire circus is a hidden rocket. Lipin plans to launch it into space and perform in zero gravity. That's his big twist. That's how he'll outdo every other circus in his family's history. Moments later, the ground begins to shake. A deep rumble echoes through the hall. Slowly, the entire structure lifts off the earth. It's really happening. The circus is launching. Down below, Hitpig's team races after it in their vehicle. But there's a big problem. They don't have the power to escape Earth's gravity. Their vehicle wasn't built for space travel. Thinking fast, they use explosive material stored inside a mechanical family cat. The blast gives them just enough thrust to boost higher. Then, out of nowhere, Sub-Rooster appears. He grabs a cane and starts pulling the vehicle forward with everything he's got. It's wild. It's chaotic. But together, they make it work. They finally get close, but not close enough. Lipin hits the rocket's turbo boosters. It rockets forward and vanishes into the sky. Then, boom! A sparkling explosion lights up the darkness. The show has begun. Right there in space. By the time Hitpig and the others reach the rocket, most of the performance is already underway. Hitpig quickly contacts the ship system. How do we bring it back to Earth? The answer? There is no return plan. The rocket's designer never figured out how to land it. And now, glowing star fragments begin falling all around them. Time is running out. They need to get everyone off that ship, fast. They break through one of the glass panels and enter the rocket. But just as they do, Lupin's two sidekicks appear. A fight breaks out. Everything's weightless. It's like a wild dance of flying punches and floating bodies. In the chaos, someone unhooks Hitpig's vehicle from the rocket's top dome. Suddenly, the vacuum of space kicks in. People start getting sucked out, one by one. Lupin, his sidekicks, they all float out into space. Luckily, they've got proper suits. They can breathe. But they're stranded now. No way back. Next, more people are pulled out. One after another. No one can stop it. Finally, only Hitpig is left. But he's got no spacesuit. If he gets sucked out, it's over. He braces for the end. But his team doesn't abandon him. Together, they pull him back, just in time. Then, using everything they have left, they manage to regain control of the rocket. Miraculously, they guide it back toward Earth. When they finally land, it's a huge celebration. They've done the unthinkable. They saved the crowd, stopped the chaos, and pulled off the wildest rescue ever. With everything behind them, the team decides it's time to split up. Everyone heads off to live peaceful, quiet lives. Pickles, especially, wants to chase his dream. He goes to India, hoping to find a family, a place to belong. Time passes. One day, Pickles returns. His search didn't go as planned. He walks up to Hitpig, who now runs a cozy little restaurant. No more capturing animals. Just good food and peace. I didn't find a family in India, Pickles says. So, I decided to come back and stay with you. Hitpig smiles. Wanna go for a walk in circles? Just then, his car pulls up, and out comes Letitia and the rest of the gang. Even though they all live in different places now, they make it a point to meet up every evening, just to laugh, talk, and be together. Life goes on, full of warmth and friendship. But the story isn't over just yet. In the final scene, we see Lupin and his girlfriend still drifting through space. Slowly, they float closer to the sun. The light grows brighter. The heat intensifies. And in one quiet, poetic moment, they begin to evaporate. Together, they fade away into the heart of a star. And just like that, the story ends. Dramatic, emotional, unforgettable. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this wild ride. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next amazing animated story we bring to life.